I'm about to show you what the strongest strategies in a new Battlegrounds season look like.
Oh, no! Stupid streamer!
In this video, you're gonna find out why this one Quillbore is breaking the game.
Oh my, what the? Oh, too much. Too much.
Why elementals can scale to unethical levels.
600 health in 1 round?
And every best strat in the new Battlegrounds season. Starting with Menagerie. This strategy is super fun, scaling your tavern spell stats and spamming T-sets. The core scaling stems from Felfire Conjurer, which at the end of your turn buffs your tavern spell stats. Pairing it with Drukhari allows you to double or triple your scaling, but spells are expensive and you shouldn't buy every spell in the tavern. Instead, get a party guest. On Battlecry and Death Rattle, you generate a T-set. Because it's an all-type minion, you can reborn it using Hand or Scarab. Add 1 or 2 Hawkstriders to trigger the Death Rattle on the start of combat. You can even add a Titus to double the amount of T-sets you get. You could also play Bran and Murkai, but if you have access to that, you better play something else. This strategy is very fun, but unfortunately it seems to get outclassed by all the other strategies in this list, such as Demons. Demons are all about dealing self-damage and eating the shop. Ashen Corruptor. After your hero takes damage, rewind it and give your tavern +1/+1 this turn. In combination with Dream Inquisitor, whenever you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to your hero and give your demons +1/+1. These two act as a big brother to buff your shop. You damage your hero by playing spells, which in return buffs the shop. You then add a baddie Terror Guard, which eats the buffed shop whenever you cast a spell. You can then pair this with Malchezaar to get free rerolls by dealing damage to yourself, and a Bran for extra economy. Demons are definitely weaker than the last season because they don't have Archimon anymore, but they can still build a very big board. Their biggest weakness is the game itself. You can't have a good demon game without the game slowing down to an absolute piece of
Ça lague, sa grosse daronne.
But what doesn't lag? Beetles. The strategy revolves around Shimmermoth. After this gains attack, your beetles have +2/+2 this game. Death Rattle, summon a beetle. You really want to hit Unholy Sanctum as your first or second trinket. This way you can trigger the Death Rattle of your Rylak or Turquoise Skitterer, boosting the stats of your beetles while simultaneously boosting the attack stats to your Shimmermoth, which in turn will boost the beetles again. Macaw Trinket. Taking this as your lesser trinket is very good, allowing you to trigger Rylak and Forest Rover in the same hit. As always, Titus and Moira are amazing here to multiply the Death Rattle's effectiveness. Without the right trinket support, this build scales too slow compared to the other strategies. I do expect beetles to be stronger on lower MMR, say less than 6,000, as it relies on combat scaling. This means that you don't have to play huge APM turns to buff your board. Instead, you can roll for your pieces, making the strategy much easier to execute and thus more effective at lower MMR. Their biggest strength is countering Poison Scam. However, their biggest weakness are huge stat boards such as Elementals. Elementals scale their scaling. Lightspawn. End of turn, scale the stats that your Elementals give, such as Lokalar, giving stats at the end of your turn. Drukhari has amazing synergy with these two, allowing you to double and triple their effects. Which reminds of pre-nerf Pokey, who was paired with Charlie and Drukhari, a very similar synergy to what we have now. Pokey was nerfed to start of turn instead of end of turn as a result, because the synergy was too good. Alternatively, you rely on Bran, buying a lot of Sand Swirlers, scaling furthermore your health scaling, resulting in some extremely stupid amount of health on your elementals.
Dude, how? What? This meteorite is scaling so fast. 600 health in 1 round? Oh my god, bro. This is not balanced.
If you play this variation, you'll play way more elementals such as Genie, Windfall Tornado, and Refreshing Anomaly because Bran really boosts your effectiveness. This makes the build rely way more on mana surge, compared to Quillbore. This one Quillbore is single-handedly carrying the whole type. Bristler. On Death Rattle, he summons 2 golems, with stats equal to its blood gems. You can use Eyes on this card to easily make it golden and gem transfer to move all the gems on it. With Death Rattle multipliers such as Tyres and Moira, you can get even more golems. Crone. This allows you to double your blood gems during combat. 3 little quills, playing 3 gems on your Quillbore on Death Rattle. which works really well with Tyrus or Moira, allowing you to put a ton of extra gems on your bristers, as well as generating extra golems. Full bores have a much better chance at beating the #1 spot compared to elementals because of the extra golems on Death Rattle. However, the reason why this strategy is second place is due to its difficulty to set up. And on the #1 spot, we have a build that is easy to set up. With so many keywords, you can't even see your minions anymore. Build you love to play and hate to face.
Stupid streamer!
Stefan. Golden 7 gives a Murloc 2 bonus keywords on Battlecry. You want to put this next to Young Murkai, giving you more keywords at the end of your turn. With a Bran and potentially a Drakari. This will make your whole board Reborn Venom Divine Shield. Here is where it gets extremely unethical. You can even buff Murlocs in the shop to give them Venom. You then put them in your hand to be summoned with base skill during the combat, using Reborn Belcher, allowing you to have even more venomous units. This strategy could lose the beetles if you don't have any stats. However, Hacker Finn allows you to use the keywords from your Murlocs to turn those into stats. Once your Murlocs have 6 keywords, switch the positioning of Stefan with Hacker Finn next to your Murkai, which will buff a crazy amount. But it doesn't end here. This build can abuse trinkets such as Dreamer's Embrace, which allows you to proc the 7 or Hacker Finn even more. Or Bran's Portrait, allowing you to turn a neutral Bran into a Murloc and giving him keywords and stats. This build is too strong, reaching a point where it can only be beaten in the mirror match.
Basically, I just want something that procs the divine shields a bit, so I wanted some killer. Man, I would beat him so easily if I just have it earlier, or like Murkai or the other stuff. Like, he has like way more stuff in his hand, I have like the divine shields, I would win.
Thanks for watching our video on the new season. What do you guys think will be the strongest strategy? Do you think we got it right? I'll see you guys in the next one.